everyone. This meeting is being recorded. My name is Shantae Davis Patterson, and I am the program director for California's Comprehensive Cancer Control Program. And we administer the California Dialogue on Cancer, and this is the CDOC Orientation Webinar. Now, this webinar is not just for new folks for CDOC. We invited everyone to join because we have some long-standing members or some members who have been with us for a couple of years who just may need a refresher on exactly what our structure is, how we work, how we function, what are the benefits, et cetera. So we are very happy to bring this webinar to everyone who has joined today. So there's just a little collage of some of the events throughout the years. We invite you to share your name, pronouns, your organization, and also how long you've been a part of CDOC in the chat. If you are new, please tell us how you heard about CDOC. So we're going to take down the screen and see who's joining us here. And I guess if you, by a show of hands, how many folks are new here for CDOC who have been with us maybe for less than a year? Awesome. Awesome. Great. Great. Good. Okay. Well, you'll learn a little bit more about CDOC during this webinar. I wanted to see if we could find someone who's been a member longer than I have. So I've been a CDOC member for 18 years. Anyone on the line here who has been with us this long? I don't see anyone I recognize who's been with us this long. But we're, again, happy to have all of the new folks here. Don't forget to put your name in the chat to let us know who you are and your organization. All right. Now I'm just going to dive right in and start with our roots from CDOC, which is the Comprehensive Cancer Control Program. So the Comprehensive Cancer Control Program, or Comp Cancer as we call it, and how I will refer to it in this webinar, we are charged with establishing a cancer coalition, which is CDOC. We're also charged with assessing the burden of cancer in California, and we do that in collaboration with the California Cancer Registry. And then our main goal and objective is to develop and implement the Comprehensive Cancer Control Plan for California. Now, this is our structure here. We are funded by CDC. So you'll see CDC at the top. It flows down through the Department of Public Health. We are housed in the Chronic Disease Surveillance and Research branch within the department. And then you'll see how the Comp Cancer program there. We also, within our branch, the California Cancer Registry is housed, as well as the California Neurodegenerative Disease Registry. And then we have the California Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance Program. And then again, under Comp Cancer is CDOC. So I wanted to give a picture of the budget and staffing for Comp Cancer. We don't get a lot of money. We are funded by CDC. We get approximately $400,000. We are in a 5-year grant cycle. It's competitive every 5 years, and then we apply non-competitively every year for the activities and funding. Our funding does cover staff positions, some travel that's required by CDC, in our overhead. So in the past, when I first came on as a program director years ago, I had around 5 staff under me and money to give out to our community partners to implement the cancer plan. But right now, our funding only covers our staff position. So we don't have any funding for our action plan activities. We have received supplemental funding to implement some survivorship activities over the past couple of years, but for the most part, CDC does expect that our cancer coalitions are functioning basically, with its volunteers. So all of the partners that we work with and all the volunteers that help CDOC run, it's the expectation that those folks are kind of helping to coordinate everything. So that's one of the reasons why the funding is so low in the comp cancer budget as per CDC. So you'll see our program staff is myself, and I am full-time. Joyce, who is our coordination support specialist who supports CDOC, is full-time. And Sheila Senyo is our strategic alignment specialist, who is only with us part-time. And she is with us in kind. So again, our budget only covers 2 staff positions. And then we have our partners, volunteers, and all of our in-kind resources we're very grateful for, because we couldn't do all of the work and all of the things that we do without all of you. So we do have several volunteers that assist with all of the deliverables in our action plan. And yes, they are primarily members of CDOC. And then, there's other various functions of the program related to state cancer plan implementation that our volunteers assist with as well. And then we get, in-kind resources for meeting space, communication platforms, travel, funding, expertise, of course. So again, what makes Comp Cancer work is all of you and all of our partners, because as you see, the funded effort, Joyce and I couldn't do that by ourselves. So next slide, Joyce, please. All right, so who is CDOC? Here is our leadership team and staff. So we have a chair and a co-chair of the coalition. As you see, both of our chairs weren't able to make it. I don't think I see Sora and Allison here on the line. But we do have our vice chair, Bridget Freely, on the line, who is our vice chair for the coalition. And then you'll see the Comp Cancer team there. So we are a coalition of cancer control leaders working to reduce the cancer burden in the state of California. We were established in 2002, so we've been around for a while. We have around 220 organizations within the coalition, and our active members, which means those folks who are working with us actively on projects that are included in our action plan, cancer plan revision, et cetera, we have around 69 folks. I will say with cancer plan revision, it gets a lot bigger just because we recruit a lot more folks to contribute subject matter expertise. But on a regular basis, we have around almost 70 folks who are really digging in and not just, having their name on a roster. They really are helping us move all of our efforts forward. And then also, we do have guidelines as a coalition. We are not a 501c3 or a nonprofit. Some cancer coalitions that are funded by CDC they have gained their nonprofit status, but we haven't. So we do have guidelines instead of bylaws, but we do have a structure for how we function and making sure that we're able to run smoothly. And you'll see, can you go back really quick, Joyce? Our org chart here. So you'll see all of our work groups, and we'll talk about those a little bit later. You could go forward, Joyce. So our mission is to reduce cancer suffering and mortality in California through risk reduction, early detection, better treatment, and enhanced survivorship. And that has stood for over 20 years. Our priorities are to increase colorectal cancer screening, improve cancer survivorship, increase HPV vaccination rates. Our overarching priority is to advance health equity and cancer control. Also, we've just added to increase lung cancer screening last year, and then also to improve healthy living, which includes nutrition and physical activity. So a quick background of the plan, because again, ultimately the function of the program and the coalition is to develop this plan, work with folks to do so, and then work with folks to implement it as well. So um, again, CDC does fund all 50 states, some tribes and territories to produce cancer plans. So every state has a cancer plan. And the cancer plans identify how an organization or a coalition addresses the burden of cancer in its geographic area. Plans are specific to each region and it's based on data collected about the people living there. So obviously, California's plan is going to look a lot different than Wisconsin, for example. CDC doesn't dictate exactly what we have to put in our plan, it is based off of our state. And so these plans include strategies that have worked either in that region or in a similar place. And then we make a blueprint for action on exactly how we're going to reduce the burden of cancer in our particular state. Implementation of the plan. So, implementation is the responsibility of all cancer control members in California. It's not just the program, it's not just the coalition. Joyce and I can't do it. All of our members can't do it alone. It really is all of California that we're hoping that will join in and help implement this plan. Now, the Comp Cancer Program is charged with leading the development, distribution, and coordination of implementation of the plan through CDOC. But ultimately, like I said, statewide cancer control members and community members are the driving force behind achieving all of our goals and objectives in each plan that we produce. So here are our plans. Our very, very first plan was published in 2004. We are now going into the revision process for our fifth iteration of California's cancer plan. And I'm happy to have led the development of all of our plans except the very, very first one. So you'll hear a little bit more about this plan that we're developing now. And here it is. So our chapter is in this new plan that will be coming out next year that we've been working hard for over a year and a half on. Here are the chapters. We, of course, go over the cancer burden. So there's always a picture of what the cancer burden is in California through the data. We have a health equity chapter, childhood cancer, cancer surveillance and data, primary prevention, which includes tobacco, UV exposure, HPV and HBV vaccination, cancer in the environment. And yes, I think I got all of them for primary prevention. And then we have early detection and screening, treatment, survivorship, and evaluation. So that's just a preview of all of the chapters that are going to be coming out in the new plan. But again, we're working hard. Right now, we're in the crunch time trying to compile all of this content that some of you who are on this call have worked very hard to help us develop. Now, you can report your cancer plan projects to us. We would like everyone to do that. So if you are working on something related to a cancer plan objective or an objective directly, please let us know about it. Our current cancer plan that is available on our website now includes objectives to be achieved by the end of this year. So there's still time for you to let us know what kinds of projects you've been implementing related to the cancer plan, the current cancer plan. And then once the new cancer plan is out, we'll switch over and make sure that you can report on those objectives in that plan as well. It's very easy, actually, when you go in, you don't have to look for, type anything in. We have everything stated in this form for you to fill out. All you have to do is click. We're not asking you to write out a project. You can, and we would like you to, but you don't have to. So tell us about your cancer plan projects. It helps us evaluate the plan. All right.
All right. Thank you, Shantae.
Thank you.
Let's go through CDOC composition. So the coalition benefits from a cross-sector collaboration and a shared commitment to cancer control and prevention. CDOC members represent a wide variety of organizations and areas of interest, and this could include state and local governments, private organizations, and nonprofit groups. In addition, members come from a health, medical, and business communities. Academic institutions and researchers are also actively involved. Cancer survivors, caregivers, and advocates bring essential lived experiences to the table. And this diverse representation ensures broad perspectives in our strategies and decisions, equity, and cancer prevention. Next, the executive committee provides leadership and strategic direction for CDOC. It includes the CDOC chair and vice chair, as well as the immediate past chair, work group chairs, and liaison representatives. Additional members can be added as needed through a voting process, and the executive committee endorses the purpose, objectives, roles, and values of CDOC. They also provide leadership, policy direction, and establish processes and criteria for determining implementation priorities from the state cancer plan. They contribute expertise to the efforts relevant to CDOC work groups and liaison groups, and they routinely report back on key issues and identify collaborative opportunities at the CDOC table. Next slide. CDOC is structured into several specialized work groups that focus on key cancer-related issues. The colorectal cancer work group is dedicated to increasing colorectal cancer screening rates and decrease colorectal cancer mortality in the state. The treatment and survivorship work group addresses quality of life and for cancer survivors and their families. The Health Equity Work Group works to eliminate cancer related health disparities by addressing issues and share best practices on improving outcomes for disproportionately affected, as well as representation and improving care for LGBTQ plus individuals. The Lung Cancer Screening Work Group works to raise awareness and improve access to lung cancer screening. And these focus work groups allow CDOC to take targeted action on various targeted topics in cancer care continuum. Next slide. So if you decide to join a work group, what are the work group member expectations? Members of CDOC work groups are expected to participate in regular teleconference calls. The frequency of these meetings is determined by each work group, and at this time, most work groups meet quarterly. They're encouraged to contribute their subject matter expertise to help meet work group objectives. And members are also asked to seek and engage in collaborative opportunities across CDOC. Their active involvement is really essential to strengthening the coalition's collective impact. Next slide. We also have liaisons at CDOC. So the liaisons serve to inform CDOC membership on their respective topics. So they don't function as a work group in terms of working on a dedicated project. CDOC currently has liaisons for 5 topic areas, which include American Indian, Alaska Native, California Cancer Coalition, Nutrition and Physical Activity, California HPV Roundtable, and Tobacco. So the AIAN liaison group plays a key role in CDOC's equity initiatives, and it is led by the California Rural Indian Health Board. This group works to reduce cancer disparities within AIAN communities in California. The Nutrition and Physical Activity Liaison connects the CDOC with the state's obesity prevention efforts, and it works through the CDPH Nutrition and Physical Activity branch, and the group aims to reverse upward obesity trends linked to cancer risk. Next is the Tobacco Liaison, and they connect CDOC with tobacco control efforts in the state and includes collaboration with ACS and CDPH. The next one is the California Colorectal Cancer Coalition, or C4, and it's a robust nonprofit that partners with CDOC. C4 was initially born out of CDOC colorectal cancer work group established in 2007. It focuses on colorectal cancer prevention, screening, and education, and provides updates and share best practices with CDOC. This collaboration strengthens efforts to address state-level programmatic approaches to screening and reporting mandates on colorectal cancer across the state. The HPV vaccination roundtable was created in 2018 in partnership with the ACS, and it was modeled with a national ACS HPV roundtable. Its goal is to raise HPV vaccination rates in California to 80% by 2026. The roundtable includes a diverse group of partners, and it operates through 3 work groups focused on health systems, community engagement, and data improvement. So the roundtable plays a major role in preventing HPV-associated cancers in the state. CDOC also has a Cancer Centers Collaborative, which includes all 8 NCI-designated cancers in California. It also includes other Commission on Cancer or COC accredited institutions, and the group meets quarterly with a rotating cancer center host. So it provides a platform to share the best practices and leverage shared resources, and the collaborative ensures alignment across institutions, and they also could coordinate efforts such as education campaigns or joint interventions and support excellence in cancer treatment, research, and prevention. And now I'll pass it over to my colleague Joyce, who will share more about CDOC membership and engagement opportunities for new, prospect, and existing members of CDOC Coalition.
Thanks, Sheila. So for our first item for the CDOC membership, CDOC levels of engagement. So CDOC, we value our members and want to inform you all of the many levels of our engagement. So for becoming a CDOC member, you're able to be an active member in CDOC work groups, network with other subject matter experts in the field of cancer, participate in educational webinars and comp cancer updates, access exclusive resources via the CDOC listserv and website, spotlight your organization's projects and industry-specific knowledge. For CDOC member benefits, we want to dive a little bit deeper into the benefits of becoming a CDOC member. So first, professional development includes opportunities to participate in educational webinars and in-person meetings. These meeting topics include cultural competency, cancer surveillance, announcement approach trainings for HPV vaccination, in which CMEs are available, and learning collaboratives, to name a few. Newsletter submission. So CDOC publishes a monthly electronic newsletter or e-newsletter to inform our coalition members about new resources, trainings, events, and funding opportunities. If you have any resources that you'd like to share or events you want to promote, this is a perfect opportunity to include in the listserv. So please email the CDOC team on the 5th of each month to be included in the upcoming monthly newsletter. If you have not subscribed to the CDOC listserv, I'll be dropping, or Sheila will be dropping, the link in the chat as well, where you can find archived newsletters on the CDOC website. As CDOC members, we want you to spotlight your hard work and dedication in cancer control efforts. You can also nominate another individual as well. So if you can, please make your submission to be featured on the CDOC website and newsletter. And Sheila will be dropping the link in the chat. CDOC members are expected to regularly attend CDOC general meetings, complete the CDOC membership renewal biannually, communicate with your individual expertise or organization's viewpoints to CDOC, and inform your organization about CDOC decisions and activities, and support the implementation of the state cancer plan by taking action within your organization or collaborating with other CDOC members to help achieve the plan objectives. CDOC all members meetings are held virtually every fall, And in-person biennial meetings are held either in Southern or Northern California based on funding availability. If you are not a member of CDOC, we welcome you to join our community. Kindly fill out the CDOC new member form and indicate how you'd like to get involved based on your specific interests and areas of expertise. And lastly, I want to share some updates about the CDOC website. If you haven't already, please take some time to peruse the website, and some projects that are highlighted are Findings at a Glance from 23-24, Lung Cancer Screening Story Map, the Cancer Plan Revision page, and the current cancer plan for 21-25. And I want to quickly highlight some upcoming webinars. First is the CDOC Evaluation Webinar, which will be held next week, Thursday, June 5th at 12. The CDOC Cancer Surveillance Webinar on June 18th at 12. And lastly, the HPV Vaccination Learning Collaborative on July 16th at 12. And those registration links will be dropped in the chat. Lastly, please complete the short evaluation from today's webinar so that we can continue to improve our efforts. Please submit your response by Thursday, June 5th. The slide deck and recording will be posted on the CDOC website and emailed to webinar registrants. And I will pass it back to Shantae for questions and answers.
Great. Thank you so much, Joyce and Sheila. So now we'll open it up to take some questions. Are there any things that folks may have questions about that we didn't cover or need further clarification on? The floor is yours. Go ahead, feel free to take yourself off of mute or raise your hand. You can also drop your question in the chat as well, if you don't want to come off of mute. Any questions at all? And thank you, Sheila, for dropping all those links in the chat. So a lot of the things that we covered within the webinar, you can go to the chat and find those direct links there to register for some upcoming webinars, view our website. The new member form is there, as well as the member spotlight. We're always looking for projects to spotlight on with our members. All right. Any questions? All right. Well, again, yeah, please.
Yes, this is this is Michelle, and I just had a quick question about membership. It sounded like membership is primarily individual, except if you're a part of an NCI designated cancer center, then membership is both individual and by cancer center. I just wanted to get clarification on that, and then also clarification as it relates to membership, because I think I need to check around with some other people in my organization about membership, just to make sure we're not duplicating, because we have some people transitioning out of our organization.
Sure, and that's a great question. So membership is by individual, an individual and or an organization. So for example, with a cancer center, we have several folks from one cancer center, but may be in different departments and may play different roles. So when you register, you can register as an individual. You don't have to have your organization attached. You could just be someone who wants to help with cancer control efforts. But you can also, if you do want to bring the perspective of your organization, please do add your organization. I will say that most of our members are attached to an organization. And then we have some folks who just, want to volunteer, or maybe a cancer survivor, and are in a totally different occupation, and they don't list that occupation, for example. So it's up to you, and on how you want to register as a member. Did that answer your question, Michelle?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right, well, I'm not seeing any. Yes, please do complete our evaluation. It was just dropped in the chat again. And we want to thank you all for attending. All of those who have registered will be sent this presentation. And we'll also post this recording on our website for all of our new members who come on board, or any members who just want a refresher of our structure. All right, well, thank you again for attending, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.